Hi everyone, Danielle here. I'm doing a solo playthrough of 51st State. I will be playing the Borgo Automa that came in the, I think it just came in the Ultimate Edition, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I have been really enjoying this game this weekend, and I've got this already set up to go. What you'll need is this round marker. So this round marker will be placed on the 1 on the victory track. Then we have my little tracker for victory points, so I'll be red. And then the point tracker for Borgo will be this. So something to keep in mind is that the round tracker will let you know how many brawlers Borgo will have at the start of the round. So brawlers will be basically the workers, but they're called brawlers when it comes to the Borgo Automa. So they start with 1, and I'll put kind of their stuff on the right. And then as far as everything else, we just start the game as if we're playing a 2-player game. I will be rolling a die to determine which cards the Borgo will be drafting, but for the most part, it'll be like a multiplayer game, which I think is pretty neat. All right, so I will be using the New York faction. So it will produce 3 workers, 1 iron, 1 gray contact, and 1 card draw. And then the actions are spend 1 iron to gain 1 gray contact, 1 gun to gain 2 red contacts, and 2 gas cans to gain 2 blue contacts. And then we have the first player marker. I start with the first player marker, and then it will alternate each round. All right, so let's start by drawing our 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And see what we get. All right. So I think I try my best to get open production. Unfortunately, only one of them have an open production or production at all. So I'm going to definitely keep this in my hand. And then, not sure I need that right now. Building bonuses are nice, I guess. The shipwreck is good. And everything else, I think, yeah, the convoy. So I'm going to discard the bioweaponry and solitary trader. So I'll just put that right at the top, discarding it. So these will be my 4 cards I have right now. I'll draw 3 to start the lookout phase. I choose 1 card. And this is tempting. I think I will do the huge machinery. So we have 1, 2, and I'll roll the die. Whichever comes up first, we'll draw that. And I just keep rolling till a 1 or a 2 show up. I know this could be time consuming. That's a 1, so they'll take a 1, and I'll take this remaining card. And then, of course, when you do the second 3 cards, they draw the first one. So I'll do 1, 2, 3. So they take the second card. I'll look between excavator and oilman. I think. This feature is pretty nice for oilmen. If during the production phase you gain at least 1 gas can, additionally gain 1 blue contact token. But the open production of the building is also tempting. So I think I'll do that one. So they'll take that. And yeah, that is it. So currently I have 7 cards. They have 3. And then we go into the production phase. So I'll go ahead and gain my goods. I'll gain 3 workers. All right. So I have 3 workers. And I'll gain 1 iron, 1 gray contact token. And then I'll draw another card from the top of the deck. A Merc Outpost. Spend, okay, not bad. Pretty good. All right, so I have all of these here. And then now we move on to the action phase. So I start. And when you're playing solo, it is important to note that if you don't take one of these connections, which you'll need to spend 2 workers to do so, the Automa will automatically take it if a standard action is the action for their turn. So it will go away quickly is what I'm saying, unfortunately. So it's probably in my best interest to grab one. So I'll use 2 workers and take I don't know if I'll get a gun. I'll take this merchant one into my hand. And then they will take their turn. So what we do is we draw a card. We look at the symbols on the left. If we saw symbols with a gun, an orange brick, or an iron, then they would do something. Otherwise, we would do the standard action. In this case, we do have the iron, so it will resolve Borgo's expansion action. So we'll discard this. And to resolve the expansion action, they activate an available open production location. So right now, actually, there is none. So they don't end up doing anything. All right. My turn. I will okay, so I think I'm gonna try to build this one. So I'll spend 1 gray contact token. So you're gonna want to spend a gray contact token when you want to build a card. And the amount you use in terms of the number of tokens is the distance. So I'm just going to spend 1 contact token to build huge machinery. And I'll put that back to supply. This has an action. So as you can see, there's a keyword action on it. And when you have your little faction board here, there's a row for production cards, a row for feature cards, and a row for action cards. So you're just going to put the cards left to right in the row that it should be on. So this is an action. It'll go in the action row. That's my action. It's very quick. All right, so they have this card, which does not match any of those 3 icons I told you about. So they will end up doing a standard action. If there is a connection card available, which is one of these, they will take it and discard it. So they'll take this one, discard it, and they will score 2 points. So already they're 2 points ahead. And it's back to me. Alright, so I think I'll use the action here. I'll spend 1 worker and 1 iron to gain 3 contact tokens. So now I have 3. Draw a card for Borgo. This one has the iron icon, so that means it's going to expand, but there's no open production location, so nothing happens. Alright, so now I'll use one of these contact tokens. Because it was a distance of 1, I just spent 1, and I'll build this construction vehicles. It is a production card, so it will go on the top row. When you build a production card, you gain the open production item and the building bonus. So I gained 2 contact tokens out of that. Alright, let's see what Borgo does. Looking at these icons, they don't match anything. So in that case, they will do a standard action. We check if there's a connection card. There is not a connection card available. So they would, in this case, discard a brawler, and they'll score 1 victory point, bringing them to 3. All right, I'm trying to see what the best case scenario is. It might be a production, one of these production cards. Okay, so I'll spend 2, matching the distance of 2 gray tokens to build the excavator. I gain one of these building construction tokens as part of the open production. Borgo will go, and this time it's a brick. So now we resolve Borgo's building action. So how we do that, we just draw the top card from the deck and they immediately build it for free. So they are building an oil trader, and I'm putting their cards here to the right. We do have the opportunity to attack, which I would, gain the spoils actually, which I don't think I explained, so you wouldn't know that. And if there were any open production cards, I could place a worker on it and gain those, but they would also gain a brawler, which is not ideal. Brawlers are basically what keeps them in the game. So I will kind of go into those later if I find the opportunity to do so. So that's what they will do. I think now I should probably build this one, the fuel tank. So I'll spend 1 for the distance of 1 to build that, and I gain a fuel tank or gas can. We'll draw 1 more, and they don't have an icon that matches the attack, the brick, or the iron. And so in this case, they would do a standard action. No connection cards, as we know in this round, that's left. No more brawlers. So that means at this time they will pass. They will pass the rest of this round. So I get to do my turn continuously until this next round. That means also I won't be able to do anything with their cards. So now I just have to focus on myself. And I will build this convoy, spending 1 contact token for the distance of 1, and put the action card in the action row. I will spend my 1 gas can, use the action. It says spend 1 gas can to gain 1 blue contact token. This could be activated twice, so if I did have 2 gas cans, I could have used it. And then I will spend this 1 token, and I'll do a deal. So how a deal works is on the bottom of all of these location cards, you'll notice this blue bar. And essentially, these are your deals. So you can gain these during your production phase as long as you, make a deal. So I'll spend 1 of these tokens, and I'll make a deal with this Merc Outpost card. So what I do is I turn it upside down, and then I put it underneath my board with just the deal part peeking out, and I immediately gained that now. So now I've gained 1 worker. I'm going to now use my Merchants card. It says instant, gain 2 blue contact tokens. And now I can do spend 2 and do a deal with the shipwreck card. And then I'll gain an iron immediately. My last card in my hand is this church. I don't know if I can really build it right now, but I do have this. So if there's, for some reason, a reason why I want to use this token, what I would do is I would use this token, choose a card to discard, one of these locations I've already placed to discard, and the icon has to match this. So, or does it? Hold on. So when you're using this token, actually, it doesn't matter what card you discard. If you were to use a brick to try to develop this card, you'd actually have to choose a card that has a matching icon to the one you want to build. But yeah, I don't think I want to do that right now. Unfortunately, if I don't use any of these remaining workers or resources, I won't be able to keep them in the next round. So let me give that some thought. I could trade this there. I wish I could gain another gas can somehow. But I don't think I'll really be able to get away with doing that. So yeah, I will say I pass. These will go back into the supply. Everything I had paid on the cards go back into supply. And the reason why you leave them on the cards is so that you know if you've used the action before. These actions can only be used once per round, as well as the actions here can only be used once per round. So you do put your resources there just to make sure that you remember that. Alright, so this is still in my hand. I'll put that face down this way just so I don't confuse myself. Move the round tracker to the 2. We'll flip over the connection cards. We'll do the lookout phase. We'll draw 3. Move the first player marker. Forgot to do that. So now Borgo will choose. So 1, 2, 3. They got number 3. Then we choose between these 2. And I don't think we really need to focus on getting guns because we don't have anything right now that gives us guns. So I will take the shipwreck. They will take this one. Draw 3 more cards from the deck. I choose first. Ooh, I like Sharash. Let's do that. And then they'll roll 1 or a 2. A 2. So they'll take huge machinery and I will take the quarry. And now we go into the production phase. So the production phase, I will gain everything at the top of the deal. So that's 1 iron, 1 worker. And then the production that's on my board, we have 3 workers, 1 iron, 1 contact. I get to draw a card. I get to gain each of these productions. So 1 gray contact, 1 building, and 1 gas can. Let's move everything over so it's in frame. Okay. And now they start, so they'll draw a card. All right, they have assembly plant, and we're looking at the iron, so that means they will expand. So they're actually, oh, let's make sure they get their 2 brawlers. So in this case, when you expand, you will activate an available open production location. And let's see, place a worker on this one. I think I'll just do leftmost. I'm not sure if there's any rules on which one to choose unless I missed it. So I'm just going to do the leftmost. I gain a worker as well during this, and they gain a brawler as well. So that's how the expansion works for them. They place a worker on an open production location. I gain a worker. They gain a worker as well, which I think is pretty interesting that that's what happens. Now it's my turn, and I'm going to gain this merchants before they do. That's my action. It's really quick. Okay, they have a motel. This is going to be a standard action for them because no icons match the others. So they're going to take this connection, discard it, and gain 2 points. And then my turn. I'm going to... yeah, I'll spend 2 contacts because it has a distance of 2 and it produces 1 gun and 1 wild resource. So that's what this looks like. So wild resource. That's it. Their turn. Abandoned suburbs. Ooh, a brick. Okay, so now they will build the next card, which is a methane storage. All right. Okay, so I will spend 1 worker and 1 iron to gain 3 contact tokens. They'll go, and they have, oh, our first attack icon. So to resolve Borgo's attack action, you discard a brawler. Then you draw a card. And this will determine the location that it will attack. So this icon matches 2 of these. And then you would look at the distance. So this is the greater distance. So unfortunately, I literally just built this location. And so unfortunately, it is going to be raised. I will gain at least this icon on the bottom, which is 1 gun. So that's what happens. You will gain whatever the deal icon is. It flips over and they score 1 point. So now this is considered a ruins card. I do have sleeves on these, but they do have like a ruins look to it on the back. But yeah, this is now a ruins. Let's see. would like to spend a gas can to gain, and I'll spend another one. This will be my second one to gain 2 contact tokens that are blue to make a deal later. Okay, brick storage. That means they will build. So they'll build this card military warehouse. And then I used that. Probably should get more action. So I'll spend 2 contact tokens to play a shipwreck and build that. And it's their turn. We have construction vehicles. It's an iron, so they will expand. So when they expand, they're going to go into an available open production. So there'll be that one. We'll take one from the supply. I gain a worker. And then they gain a worker. Or a brawler, essentially. And then it's back to me. Oh, yeah, I wanted to use my action. So I'll spend 1 and spend 1 iron to gain 2 victory points. My first 2 victory points in this game. All right. They have a refinery. So this doesn't match any of the icons they would do anything with. So they're going to discard 1 brawler and gain 1 victory point. And then I will, yeah, I'll spend my first kind of building token and discard this ruins and build the church. So although it had a distance of 2, all I needed to do was use a build token or a brick, discard a location, and I could play this. It does not matter the distance number. So if you have a higher numbered distance location, it's probably in your best interest to kind of save that and save your contact tokens for the lower cost if needed. So the feature row is here. The building bonus is 2 victory points. So we'll gain 2 victory points. We're at 4. All right. Okay, so they'll do another standard action. They're going to discard a brawler and gain a victory point. Let's look at my hand. I think I'll spend 2 of these workers, which I could spend any amount, do this as many times as I would like in a round, and draw a card. It's a museum. Okay. Not terrible. That was my action. All right, they have a brick, so that means they're going to do the building action. They're going to build the next card. Underground warehouse. I was hoping to have something better. I'll spend 2 contact tokens to make a deal with this museum, so I won't use it as a location or a building in my state. And I'll gain 1 victory point, and then I'll gain 1 every time I produce. I'm at 5 victory points. Black Fortress, so they will do an attack. So they'll discard a brawler, their last one, draw a card, and they're going to attack one of these matching locations. So they're going to go for the actions, I think, during an attack. And well, this matches the most types, so it has these 2 types on it, and so this is the one that matches perfectly. So unfortunately it's going to attack this one, and at least I do gain the deal icon, which is an iron, but this does get flipped over and they gain 1 point. All right, so they didn't pass yet, just so you know, just because they don't have any brawlers. They would pass only if they needed to discard a brawler and they don't have one. So maybe potentially next turn, we'll see if they do a standard or an attack that requires a brawler. Okay, so I think I'll spend 2 workers to gain a resource, which will be a gas can. And because, oh wait, no, I already did this. I totally forgot this was a gas can this while. So never mind. Let me unwind. Rewind, I mean. That's fine. Okay, I'll spend this iron instead and gain a contact. Then it's their turn. They have a gasoline cultist. So now they're attempting to do a standard action, which requires them to discard a brawler to score 1 point. And in this case, they will not because they don't have any. So they're passing for the round. Now I get to do my turn continuously. I'll use my merchants to gain 2 blue contact tokens. And now I just have a lot of contact tokens. I'm not sure I need it. I'll gain a card by spending 2 workers. And I will spend 1 for this construction vehicles, which gives me 2 more. Which this is like too much. But yeah, I'll end up just spending both of these to gain a brick. And basically 2 of these wild contact tokens. And now I have all of these. And I don't think there's a use for these at all, which is unfortunate. I have so many, but I wasn't able to get more cards in my hand to use them. All right, so that's the end of the round because I'm choosing to pass, and hopefully I'm not missing anything. All right. I wish I had a storage just where I could store some of my resources, but it's not the case. All right, we'll put all of these back into the supply. Move the first player marker, move the round. I'll give them their 3 brawlers now before I forget. And then we'll draw, we'll make these face up. Okay, and then, yeah, I'll draw 3 cards. All right, I like the factory, and then they will choose between rolling 1 and 2. So roll a 2. I take this. They choose between these 3 cards. They rolled a 1. Okay. And then I choose between these 2. I'll choose this one, and they'll take this one. All right. Production phase. I gain a victory point. I gain an iron and a worker. And then on my faction board, I gain 3 workers, 1 iron, 1 gray contact, and 1 draw, which is a wrecked tank. The rest of my production, 1 contact, 1 building, 1 gas can, 1 contact, 1 brick, and then 1 of these wild contact tokens. So I have quite a bit to start with. I do start here, so I'll spend two of these people for, I think I'll choose this one. And then it's their turn. It is an attack card, so they'll spend or discard a brawler, draw the top card, and they're going to target. Let's see. So between these 2, it doesn't really matter. I guess it's up to me, but I'll choose the leftmost as I usually do. And so they're going to take and attack this one. I'll gain the deal icon, which is a gas can, and flip it over, and they'll gain 1 point. They're at 10 points now. All right, I think it's in my best interest before they start attacking my cards to use my actions as soon as I can. So I'll use my 1 person, 1 worker, and 1 iron to gain 3 contact tokens. And then they'll take their turn. Wire entanglement. They are they're attacking again. Discard a brawler. Draw a card. Ooh, okay. So they're going to go for this one. I will gain a brick. They gain a point. And then I'm going to, yeah, I'll spend 2 gas tanks to gain 2 blue contact tokens. All right, so they are going to do a building action. They're going to build a school. Okay. I've used all the actions I could. Okay, maybe I could do factory. What's that? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's not terrible if I did that, but let me see if I could gain more. I think yeah, I'll go ahead and build the hideout. So I'll spend a brick, discard one of the ruins, and just build a hideout. And when that happens, I gain a victory point. Which, did I remember to do that before? I don't remember. I don't think I did it, so let's account for that. All right, so now it's my turn. Ruined library, they're doing another attack, so discard a brawler, and now they're going for one of these irons. So I'll choose, well, it'll be an action, I think, because that's more valuable. So I'll gain an iron out of that. And it's my turn. I think okay, yeah, we'll do this punks right now to gain 2 red contact tokens. And then they'll go. Okay, they're going to expand. So they're going to place a worker here. I gain a worker, and they gain a worker. I'm going to use these 2 workers on my turn to draw a card. Bioweaponry. They'll take their turn. This doesn't match anything. They'll take a standard. So they're going to discard this connection card and get 2 points. Alright. Alright, so let's do this. I will spend a brick and discard this card to build a bioweaponry. They'll take their turn. Another attack. They discard this brawler. Draw a card. They're going to attack this icon. Oh no. Alright, so at least I gain 1 blue contact. But I have too many contact tokens. That's crazy. I don't need that much. Alright, my turn. Oh, they gain a point. And oh gosh, I don't know if this is gonna work out for me. I have way too many tokens. What am I gonna do with all this? Well, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Let's see if they have any production cards I could attack. Because essentially, if you think about it, those red contact tokens could be used to attack an opponent's card at the level that those cards are at. So all production cards would require 3 of them. So let me just find all the production cards. And, you know, if I had more room, I would put them out. So only 2 to choose from. So I'd only be able to do these. Sure, I'll attack this school for 3. 1, 2, 3, spending 3 to attack to gain the spoils, which is 2 workers. And then they will gain a brawler. So anytime that I attack one of their attack one of their cards, they gain a brawler. All right. Alright, actually, I don't think they get this brawler. They would only get it if I use the open production, but I actually raised it, so I don't think they get anything. I will make a note in the description if that's incorrect, though. Alright, so now it's their turn. And now they would do a standard action. They don't have any brawlers, so I will continue taking my turns, one after another. I'm going to spend 2 for this factory, so feature. So I get a victory point for each of these icons. So I have 1, 2, 3, It's 1, 2, 3. I'll spend this building and discard this ruins to build this wrecked tank, gaining a victory point for developing. The building bonus is 1 for each of these icons, so I gain 2 victory points. 1, 2. That ties me with Borgo. Then I have this, which, you know, I think I'll spend these 2 to draw a card, just to open up my options as a body hunters. So that one says spend 1 worker to choose up to 3 of your locations and remove all of the goods and workers from them. That could be good because, yeah, that could be good. Anyway, I'll spend 2 to build this demolition team, and then I will spend 2 to build this body hunters. Then I have all of these which I can't do much with, so I pass. Move it to round 4. They gain 4 brawlers. And then I have my second part of the deck here. We'll do the lookout phase. 1, 2, 3. They'll choose first, so rolling a 1, 2, or 3. They got a 2. That's what they'll get. I will choose the archive into my hand. They'll gain that. Draw 3. I choose first. Ooh, protection would be good. I'll take the wire entanglement. They roll a 1 or a 2. They got a 2. Now get this. Production phase. 1 victory point for me. Iron and a worker. And then we'll get 3 workers from the board. Iron, contact, draw a card. A cistern, if that's how you say it. I don't even know what that is. Looks like a train. And then we'll continue to do the production cards. 1, 2, a brick, and then a wild. Alright, let's see what they do. Okay, so they will just take 1 of these. I'll say that's a 1, that's a 2. Okay, they take this one, discard it, gain 2 points. 1, 2. They're at 16 points. I need to start using some of these, so I will actually use the Actually, I will spend 2 to gain this. But actually, I don't know if I need it. I keep having extra. I think I'm wasting my time getting the junk train. Okay, so instead I'll discard 2 of my cards. I'll discard 2 of my deals. Because I could do this twice to gain 2 victory points. I'm at 17. So that's done. And now I'll use this marker to show that I've done it. And then their turn. Okay, so they will take the other connection, get 2 points. They're at 18 points. I'll spend... Ooh, I really need a gun. Okay, I'll spend these 2 workers to gain the gun. They'll go. And it's another standard action. They'll discard a brawler, gain a point. 19 points. I will spend a worker and 1 gun to gain 2 points. Now we're tied at 19. We have wrecked tank, and they don't end up using that, so it's another standard action for them, gaining 1 point, going to 20 points. All right, I'm going to spend 1 and choose up to 3 of my locations and remove all the goods. I'll remove all of these. So that means I could use them again, in case you didn't understand that. They'll go, and they will do another standard action, gaining a point. They're at 21, and as this is coming up to be almost the end of the game at 25 victory points. All right, so I'll spend 1 contact token to build. Actually, I won't spend a contact token. I'll spend a brick, discard this ruins, build this wire entanglement. I'll gain a point for developing using a brick, and I gain 2 protection. So I will protect this and this. This way, if they try to attack it, it won't work. Another standard action, gaining 1 point. Been getting lucky there. They did so many attacks last round, I was getting nervous this time. I'll go ahead and I don't know how to get a gun, and yeah, I just need a gun here. So I wish I had better gun production here. So let's see. I think I'll just spend this as a blue to make a deal and gain a worker. They'll go, and they're going to do a build action. They're going to build this card, the 8 Mile. All right, I'm going to do so I have a worker, but that's not too helpful right now. But anyway, I'll say that I use this again. I'm just gonna mark it off with these 2. I'll discard 2 of my deals, which will be these 2, and gain 2 victory points. So I'm at 22. Their turn. All right, so they will officially pass because they don't have any brawlers left, and that would be a standard action. And gosh, I wish there was something better to do here, but it doesn't look like it. All right, I'll just spend my remaining tokens. So I'll spend 1 to build this feature, gain 1 victory point for that building bonus, and then I'll spend these 2 to build this cistern. I gain 1 victory point for each gas tank I gain during the production phase, which at this point is 0, so I won't actually gain anything. And I'll pass. So even the police symbols go away, just so you know. And they don't stick around round to round. It just protects them for that round. All right, so I'm the first player. This moves to round 5. I can't believe we made it to round 5. Oh, I think this will definitely be the last round. We'll draw 3, 2, 3. I'll choose. Ooh. It's too late for these productions. But I'll use this. Hopefully I can make a deal and gain a gun or raise it. They will roll for 1 or 2. It's a 2. I'll gain this card. They will roll for 1, 2, or 3. And not a 1, 2, or 3. 1. And then I'll choose Shadow. They'll gain this. Production round. We don't have any deals to gain, so it's just going to be the faction board and the production cards. I think I need more card draws, what I needed. 1, 2, a brick. 1 of these. 1 police, which I'll put on this one. And that's it. Alright, so I'll take the first turn. And I need a gun. I'm going to spend these 2 and gain a gun. They'll take their... Oh, they need 5 brawlers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Okay, so they will just take... oh, let's roll. 1 or 2. They take this. Gain 2 points, are 24. I'll spend a person and a gun to gain 2 points. So I'm at 25. So now it's definitely going to be the last round. They have a wrecked tank that doesn't do anything. They'll take this, gain 2 points. They're at 26 points. And then for me, I'll spend these 2 for Shadow. Spend 1 red contact to gain 1 victory point, maybe activated twice. Okay. We have Dream City. This will be a standard. Discard, gain a point. And then I'll spend a red contact token here to gain 1 victory point. They'll go. Small factory. Okay, so they will expand. So when they expand, they're going to place a worker from the supply onto production. I gain 1. And they gain 1. Let's see. I'll spend 1. You know what? I'll use a... Yeah, I'll spend 1 to build this, producing a gun. Okay, and then they're doing a building action. And let's see. I will spend, well, this is such a tough situation because I don't have the best cards. But yeah, I'll place this worker here to choose up to 3 of my locations to remove all of the goods. So I'll choose these 2. Okay, that's my action. They'll do an attack. Let's see what they attack. Removing a brawler. They're going to attack the gas tank and that. So this is the one that matches. This matches as well. But they would go for the action, so I think I would just play that way, removing the shield and protect it. And now I will spend a gun for 2 contact tokens. Actually, I'll put the gun here because I can only do this once. I need to remind myself of that. 2 red contact tokens. Their turn. It's another attack. Discard a brawler. They're attacking a green one. This is green. I think that's the only one. So I will gain a brick. They'll gain a point. Let's see. I can spend these 2 on the shadow to gain 2 victory points. Alright, they're going to do a standard, gaining a point, bringing them to 29. And I guess it should just be building at this point to gain extra points. Another production over here. Discarding this as part of that building, gaining a point. This says production 1 brick for each building card in my state. I have 1, 2, so I gain 2 bricks. It's their turn, And they're going to expand. Awesome. So they're going to put someone here. And then I gain 1, and they gain 1. So now I have 1 worker left. I wish I was able to get a gun though, which I don't think is going to be likely. What can I do? I have 1 card left. There's not much to do with it. Alright, well I'm just going to have to build. So I'll use this just to gain a victory point out of it. A brick. And then, actually, doesn't make sense. I don't know, because if I build this as 1 and then I'm removing 1, that's not ruins. So maybe I'll just spend my action converting this and wait to see if something becomes a ruins. So I'll convert that into that contact token. Alright, they'll do an attack. Discard a brawler. Alright, they're attacking gas tank in the green. Gas tank in a green. Nothing matches exactly, but this action does match. So we'll go ahead and flip it over and gain a victory point out of that because of the deal action. And so now I will do my brick building. I'll gain a victory point out of that, and this will be a production card. I'll gain 1 iron out of it, and my iron actually should have stayed here, so I remember that I used that action. Not really great about that. And now they will go, and they're going to do a building action, and I'm going to have to say I pass, and whenever I pass, Borgo also passes during the next turn. So at this point, we just count up our points as usual. So I'm at 31, and now we count up all the face-up cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we'll go 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's where I'm at. They have a lot of cards. Okay, so they're at exactly 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're already here. 1, 2. So they're at 2 more points than me. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. They're 5 points ahead. So unfortunately, I did not win this game. That was a tough one. I didn't have the card draw that I definitely needed. I was left with too many resources. But this was fun. I really enjoyed playing this. The Borgo Automas is pretty neat. I think with even more plays, I would need to reference the rulebook for what they do on their turn, depending on the action. But yeah, I find this to be a very fun Automa for 51st State. I've yet to play a multiplayer, but I'm assuming this would be very close to the experience at the end of the day. All right. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.